beautiful people. Today, I want to talk about creating your reality, about the process of manifestation. And my intention is to articulate it in a way that kind of explains the entire process. This is something that's talked about so much. Law of attraction, law of assumption, Abraham Hicks, all these different sources and ways of explaining how you can attract beautiful things into your reality and manifest a beautiful vision, a beautiful dream, a beautiful idea into your physical reality. And there's a lot of misinformation out there, and there's a lot of information that's missing pieces that isn't really explaining it totally clearly and thoroughly. And my hope is that it comes through and we can really have something that's foundational here that you can build off of. So let's start with the beginning of the manifestation process. There are steps to it. There is a process to it. There is a way that it can happen. So we start with a vision, a dream. We start out as seekers. We start out seeking. All of us start out seeking. We are seeking what? We are seeking the thing, the experience that lights our heart on fire, that builds up so much excitement, so much just feeling of elation, bliss. And when we're young, this is generally pretty easy, pretty common. I feel like children walk around, doing this all day long, just naturally, and then maybe when you're a teenager, you start to really dream about the love of your life, or this beautiful career, this beautiful passion that you have for something, for anything, for anyone. And you start to dream and you get these butterflies and this, expanded heart center, and you're just feeling so good, and you're just like in love with this idea. You're infatuated with it. It's truly it's truly a beautiful expression of who you are. Your passion, your heart being lit up, that is the fullest expression of all that you are. No matter what it is you're looking at, it could be anything that you're just so excited about, that you're so in love with, and when we finally find that thing, that would just be the greatest thing ever, right? That's where the manifestation process begins. We must find that thing that allows our expression to be expanded in that way. The thing that lights our heart on fire, the thing that gets us so excited. Like, it would just be the most wonderful thing if I could experience that. If I could just taste it, And of course, we run into many problems with that. But let's start with the beginning of the process. So we have found that thing, that dream, that vision, that person, that whatever, that idea that just is so intoxicating because it is absolutely beautiful and incredible. And it is reflecting you back to you. That's what that love is. That's what that excitement is. Like, yes, this is me. I must do this. I must be this. And so, after having the idea, the conception, the vision, the download of this, we must set an intention. Process, download the idea, set an intention is the next step. And what is your intention? Your intention is to bring this into reality. Your intention is, I want to experience this. I intend to allow this into my reality, to experience this, to create this, to find this person, to whatever it is. So we set the intentions, and then we start to have thoughts. We start to imagine, what would it be like to already have this, to already be in this relationship, to already be living this career or this journey or this whatever it is, right? And we start to imagine it, and we're dreaming about it, and we're in the moment, and we're just feeling it, and we're bathing it in these emotions. And so that's the next step, right? So we have the conception of the idea. We have setting the intention. We have thinking about, dreaming about, envisioning the idea of it already being here. What would it feel like? How good would it feel? And because we are having those thoughts, we are then bathing those thoughts in the intention and in the emotion. And as your heart continues to expand, as you continue to rise up higher and higher and higher in vibration, experiencing this dream, experiencing what it would be like, and you can see it so clearly in this state. And as you move up higher, you can see it even more clearly. How beautiful, how perfect, how wonderful it could be, how amazing, right? And this is a critical process, because as you are doing that, your emotion, which is energy in motion, is energizing that vibration, the vibration at which that reality exists. You are energizing it, and you are pulling it towards you. You are magnetizing. You are literally in the process of creating that reality. And so as it's bathing in the emotion, eventually we get to a point where we're like, eventually you have to come down, right? You stop, the building up to it, and the experiencing of what it would be like, imagining it, begins to fade. And because of the principle of rhythm, a hermetic principle, as far up as you go, you must go just as far down. The pendulum, as far left as it swings, must go as far to the right. And so therefore, once you reach the peak, you will have to descend into the valley. This is where people kill their dreams. This is where people kill their manifestations. You've built up all this positive energy, all this love, all this joy, all this excitement, and you have connected with the frequency, the vibration of what it would be like to experience this dream. But now you must anchor it into your reality. You must allow it to come down through you. So during the process of imagining and bathing the thoughts in emotion and all that, and feeling the love, feeling how great it would feel to be experiencing that right now, as you descend, you are actually anchoring and grounding that dream into your reality. But you must allow it to happen. This is where managing your mind becomes the most important thing. As you go down, you're going down into lower vibrations, right? You went up to really high vibrations, now you must go down into really low ones. All right, as high up as you went, you must go just as far down. So if you spent 20, 30 minutes ruminating in this beautiful, blissful state, this seventh dimensional perspective where you're just in heaven, right? Just imagining it. You're gonna have to descend into hell, what we might call hell. It's not gonna feel good. It's gonna be uncomfortable. And when you go into low vibrations, what type of thoughts are attached to low vibrations? Low vibrational thoughts. feelings of doubt, feelings of regret, feelings of, oh, this could never happen to me, unworthiness, undeservingness, all these things. And if you do not manage your mind well, you can kill your dream. Understand also that you have built up an incredible amount of energy during this dreaming process. You may feel crazy vibrations. You might even feel like electricity in your heart, in your headspace. And as you bring it down, that energy will move down. You will feel it moving down. You may feel like you need to throw up, like you are feeling sick as it passes through the throat and the heart and the stomach. You may feel sick. You may feel very uncomfortable. Don't throw it up. In fact, make sure you do this on an empty stomach. Don't do big dreams with a full stomach. You might make yourself sick. Confirmation. Arya, please. No. I'm trying to make a video here. So, don't throw it up. You don't want to throw it up. You want to let it go. You want to embrace the discomfort. Embrace the discomfort. Don't throw it up, because you're literally letting all that energy go. You're not grounding it in. You need to let it go. So trust, breathe through this. Breathe through it. Just breathe deeply. It will pass. I promise you the discomfort will pass. 100% of the time, it will pass. But you have to allow that energy to move down. So it's going to move down. It's going to move down through your throat chakra, your heart chakra, your solar plexus, your sacral, your root, all the way down to the base of your feet, to your toes. You will feel the energy move all the way down. All right? Finally, once that energy has moved down to your feet, trust that you have anchored in this new vibration, this new dream, this new reality into your reality. All right? It's here now. You've brought it from the heavens down to earth. This is the manifestation process. All right? It's literally a physiological, an energetic process. You can feel it as you're doing it. I guarantee you, I've done it many times. It is a whole process. It is the same process pretty much every time. Different dreams, same process. You bring it down, you anchor it. You feel that energy, that vibration going into your feet, going into the earth. And Mother Gaia, of course, the divine feminine, is where physical manifestations can be birthed. So you're literally planting a seed. Mother Earth will bloom this for you when the time is right. So understand that you have brought this vision down, you've brought it down, you have planted that seed, you have grounded it into your existence, into your reality, but the process is not done yet, unfortunately. So, you've done this. Now, there is going to be a lull period, all right? You just went through something very uncomfortable. It's, but you went through it, right? And all that energy is kind of passed. Realize that you built up all this energy. You had all this energy going through you. Now you're going to feel kind of nothingness. It's a lull. It's the valley. It's the feeling of death. The valley of death type of thing. It's like Death Valley or whatever. And so you'll feel kind of lifeless. You may feel very cold because you're at a very low vibration. Remember, hot and cold are the same thing, just differences in polarity and varying degrees. So you may have been very hot during this dreaming process. As you bring it down, you're going to go into lower vibrations. You're going to feel cold. Get a blanket. Get warm. Get some heat on you. Whatever you need to do. But again, we need to manage our minds. Don't allow fear to overcome your thoughts here. If you allow fear and doubt and the unworthiness or the undeserving or thinking it can only happen this way or that'll never happen for me, realize that you'll be putting all this negative energy into your dream. You may even cancel it out. You don't want to do that, right? You don't want to do that. So during this lull, again, just breathe, just relax, just chill. It's just a low vibration. That's all it is. You don't have to think about it. There's no reason it's happening other than the process you just went through. It's not a bad thing at all. It's just a low vibration. That's it. And you may spend a few minutes here, you may spend 20, 30 minutes here. I went on a big mushroom trip a couple months ago and I spent like an hour and a half here. It wasn't fun. I thought maybe I killed myself by accident. It was not good. It was not good. But I made it through that. And eventually, and thankfully, most of the time, especially if you don't use plant medicines or something, this only lasts a few minutes. It's not that bad. But you will slowly rise back up to your balance, to your center. And then from there, the next choice is yours. Relax, go into another dream, do whatever you want to do, right? But after that, but that is the whole process of bringing in that dream and anchoring it down into reality, and then coming up back to your balance, back to your center, back to your normal, typical state of being. All right? Now you must know. Make it a knowing that you have created this. It's here. You have brought it into your reality. It is here. It is done. You must come to trust this, because the next step is probably the hardest step. It has been for me. And the hardest part is then to let go. Wow, I actually brought up some emotion. I think it's because it's just so true, and I'm finally coming to this understanding myself. It's something that I've kind of always known, but always just struggled with wrapping my mind around. After you've had this beautiful dream, this beautiful vision, and you've anchored it in and you've brought it down into reality, the most crucial step here is to detach from it, to let go. The only thing you ever had to choose, the only thing that was your responsibility in this whole manifestation process, this whole process of creation, is deciding the what. What is the thing that lights your heart on fire? You were the seeker, you sought, you found, and now it's here. But it may not be here in the physical yet, right? It may not be here as your physical manifestation, like right in front of you where you can see it and play with it and touch it and all these things. That's okay. All right? This is part of the process. We must then let go. We must trust. We must trust and have faith and make it a knowing that God, Source, your higher self, the universe, is moving the cooperative parts around, moving that energy around, finding the pieces that would fit that dream perfectly. And you don't know how or when or where that'll happen. And you're not allowed to know. You're really not. You think you know, you think you're following signs, you think, oh, this is the day, this is gonna happen this day, it's gonna happen now, it's gonna happen around this corner, I'm gonna put myself in this situation. Like, no, none of that. It does not work that way. You must trust. You must let go. If you want it to come to you, you must get into a receiving mode. And the receiving mode is the divine feminine. And that is a state of being, just being. Not a particular state of being, a state of I'm just being. I'm just being me. I'm resting. I'm relaxed. I'm calm. I'm at peace. It's, the way RJ Spina sort of put it once that I was watching yesterday, actually. He said, and keep in mind, his manifestation was to walk again when he was paralyzed after some severe illnesses or traumas hit him, and the doctors, the surgeons said, oh, there's no way you'll ever walk. He said, I know 100% I will walk again. But even if I don't, I am at peace with everything. And that is so powerful, to have that kind of knowing, to know that what I believe to be true for me, what I have manifested, what I have dreamed and grounded into my reality, it will come to pass. It is already done. And even if it doesn't, the only reason that it would not come to pass is if something better was coming in. That's the only reason. It would be the idea that God or your higher self, however you want to think about it, was like, you know what? You're not dreaming big enough. But I got you. I promise I got you. Trust me, you deserve even better than you've imagined. You deserve so much more than you realize. You are so worthy of this. And that's the only reason that the thing that you imagined wouldn't come exactly as you thought of it or dreamt of it. It's because something even better is coming. Something even more fulfilling, something even more beautiful. And this is the level of faith and trust that we must have. Remember that life is happening for you, not to you. That the underlying foundation of everything is unconditional love, that your worthiness is innate, what you deserve is innate, the love that persists everything is your birthright. All of the dreams and manifestations and visions that you could possibly have and all that potential, it's all yours already. You simply must believe that that is possible. That anything is possible for you. Anything that you dream, anything that you envision, anything that you could possibly ground into this reality, that it's already done, that it's already for you. That you deserve the best things. The best things you can imagine, you do deserve them. You're worthy. It's something I have struggled with a lot, but I'm finally coming to a place where I realize I am worthy of good things. I am worthy of receiving the love that I give so freely. And so the hardest part then, of course, is this letting go, this detaching, this receiving. We're all so good at giving, but receiving is so hard, you know? So don't be afraid to let go. Letting go doesn't mean it's not going to happen. And I think that's the biggest fear, especially that the ego or the wounded inner child would have, is if we let go, if we stop dreaming about this, if we stop expecting it around every corner, then it's not going to happen. You know, if we forget about it, or if we let it go, if we just live our life without thinking about it, how's it ever going to come? Because we're under this idea that we have to think our way into it or do our way into it, and we force things. But understand that if we are forcing things, if we are creating expectations, if we are attaching and holding on to things, we create a counterforce. And we actually push away that which we want the most, that which our heart desires the most, that which would make us feel the most fulfilled and happy and in love with life, with ourselves, with everything. And, unfortunately, a lot of people go through this process and they kill their dreams and they give up on themselves, and then they become afraid to dream because none of their biggest dreams ever came true, because they didn't know how to allow it. And I did that to myself many times when I was younger. Many, many times. I had big dreams, and then ultimately I just decided they weren't possible for me, that I didn't deserve them, that I wasn't good enough. And that led me down, a really dark path for a while there. And what saved me was humbling myself and asking for help. Allowing my heart to open back up. Allowing myself to dream something bigger for myself again. And it was not easy. But it is possible if you feel like you resist or you're afraid to dream big again. Just start somewhere. It doesn't have to be the biggest dream ever. Just start somewhere. Start to believe that something better is possible for yourself, because I guarantee it is. I guarantee it is. And remember that we must let go. We must trust that what is for us will never pass us by, that these beautiful dreams and visions will come to pass if we will simply have the courage to allow it. And the letting go may feel scary, it may feel wrong, the mind may think it's wrong, it may go into fear, it may go into doubt. Don't let that stop you from trusting this wisdom. You ultimately always get to choose. Fear never has any right to control you. And if you can do this, if you can commit to this process, if you can understand it, if you can wrap your mind around it a little bit and try it with some smaller things and then work your way up, I promise you'll see results. It's helped me change my life in a very short amount of time, and things are only going to get better because, you know, this is the wisdom that, you know, people who have done this successfully many times, who live dream lives and all this stuff, this is what they go through. This is the process. This is what they understand. This is what they've come to trust. It's just become a knowing that they can dream big, and they can have their dreams, and they can let go and just live their life, and because it's going to hit you when you're not expecting it. It's going to come to you when you're not looking for it. It's going to come to you when you are just living at a high vibration, and you're in a place of peace and joy and bliss and gratitude, a place of love. That is when it will find you. And it kind of makes it a surprise, which is also kind of exciting, right? Surprises are fun. So, I hope this video helped. Please like and subscribe so other people can find it. That would be wonderful. And I will see you guys in the next video. Much love.